Hi, Lance Howard here. I want to talk to you about the three phases of retirement. What are the three phases of retirement? Well, they are active, ordinary, and quiet. You see, most people, when they look at retirement, they say, I'm just going to be retired. But that's not the case. What I have found over the last 3 decades is retirement can really be broken up into three parts. They're not all equal in length and they vary from couple to couple and person to person. But what active retirement is, it actually starts a couple of years before retirement, and it's where you're spending more money than you think you're going to spend. In fact, the first year of retirement, I've told clients for years, doesn't count. And that'll be the topic of a whole other video. But what we find is when you have your health, you have a dream list or a bucket list, and you're early in retirement, that is when you're most active. Whether you get a call from friends that live out in Vancouver and you decide to go out and visit them, you go out to Halifax, you're down to Florida, what we find is in the first 10 years of retirement, most people spend at the highest level they're going to spend at. Then there's the ordinary retirement. And this tends to happen about a decade after you cease working until about 5 years before the end of life. For some people, it could be a little bit earlier than that. But I'll give you an example. My father, he was widowed for 15 years, and I used to say to him, hey Dad, why don't you get yourself a new pair of golf slacks? And he'd say, why? There's nothing wrong with these. And what he found was he wasn't spending on travel. He had everything he wanted. It was his grocery bills, his property taxes, gas for the car, and minor repairs for the car. And he was just having an ordinary life. It wasn't spectacular and there wasn't travel, but it was a very contented life. And then the third phase is what I call the quiet. It's normally anywhere from 3 to 5 years before someone passes. They tend to be more around the home. They are spending on groceries and the basic necessities, and they are quite content and happy with life. And the reason you need to understand that there's these three phases of retirement is most people do their retirement projections based on being active from 60 to 95. And that's simply not the case. And so what's important is to meet with someone that has competence and experience that can help you figure out the cash flows you need and the time frame you need them in, and can help you make realistic projections about what you and your family are going to need in retirement. I hope you found this of interest. And remember, live well, pay less tax.